You are not just here to pay bills and die. But if you are a husband, a dad, or a man trying to follow God, it can feel like that's all that life is. Work, stress, bills, repeat. And somewhere along the way, the mission gets lost. And I'm not speaking from the sidelines either. I'm a husband. I work whilst I run my own business. So I know the pressure of providing whilst also trying to lead well. But I've learned something most men never hear. God did not create you just to survive. Let's talk about how to break free. Point number one is you were created to live with purpose. But most men feel the pressure to provide, the pressure to not fail, and the pressure to hold everything together. But you were created for a purpose. You see, Adam was created for a purpose. Adam had work to do before he was even given a wife to help him. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, it says, "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God gave Adam work to do. God said to Adam that he should dominate the food source in the sea, in the air, and on the land. So Adam was instructed to invest his time in doing this. Before Adam had a wife, he was given work to do. Just like Adam, you have work to do, both to invest your time in and to, most importantly, live with the purpose that God has for you. Point number two is you were created to rule and not be controlled by a system. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, it says, "And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moves upon the earth." So at first, God said to Adam that he was to be fruitful first. And it's really important that you are fruitful in the very purpose that God has for your life. Before you multiply, God wants you first to be fruitful. Then God said to replenish the earth, to subdue it, and have dominion over the fowls of the air, over everything that creeps on the earth and that flies in the air. But God did not say to Adam that he was to have dominion over people, but over everything that is on this earth. People were never created by God to dictate to another person. And that's why you repel when your manager tells you what to do. It's because you were created to actually rule and not to be controlled. What problem has God put you on this earth to solve? You see, if everyone else is doing something one way, do something the complete opposite way. Study those people who are in the specific field that God is calling you into, and study and follow exactly how they did it. If you want to see more of this content, subscribe to this channel. Point number 3 is you were born to be free and to be a blessing. Breaking free does not necessarily mean quitting your job or abandoning your responsibility. Breaking free means living with purpose, leading your family spiritually, building something meaningful, and aligning life with God's mission. And God wants you to be a blessing. In Genesis chapter 12, from verse 1 to 2, this is what God said to Abraham. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of your country, and from your kindred, and from your father's house, unto a land that I will show you. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. We can also see this example in the life of Joseph in Genesis chapter 39, verse 2. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. You see, Joseph was actually serving his master, the Egyptian, and there was no physical proof that Joseph was a prosperous man at this point. But God had already blessed Joseph's life and spoken that Joseph was a prosperous man. You see, before any physical proof is seen, God sees you already as a prosperous man. And the reality is, you can only be a blessing if you are a prosperous man. Here are some practical ways that you can start today. Number 1, lead spiritually at home by praying with your wife and children. Number 2, reconnect with your purpose. Ask God, what has He called you to build? What problem has He called you to solve? Number 3, stop letting your work consume your identity. And number 4, invest in your growth. As a man and as a husband, I know that you weren't created just to pay bills, but this pressure is actually spilling out into your life, impacting you in different ways, causing unforgiveness problems, a lack of purpose, whilst you were created to lead, build, and live with purpose as a husband. So to get you started, I want to lead you through 5 scriptures that will fix those very problems that you are dealing with. Go and watch that video next.